You are listening to We're Going Streaming podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at going_streaming, on Instagram at We're Going Streaming, and like us on Facebook at Going Streaming.
Zdravutsia. Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome to another episode of We're Going Streaming. As per usual, I'm joined by my fellow co-hosts, Brian.
What's up?
And Matthew.
I thought you forgot my name there.
There's a delay. He's deciding whether to say Matthew or not.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I was deciding if I was going to say Matthew or Matt. I felt like going with Matthew. It felt a little more personal, you know. Give it a little more ganache, poorly. You know. You chose poorly, yeah.
Well, if
usually, but
if we're anything, it's professional. So,
which
yeah,
we
that
are,
ganache is professional. Allegedly,
yeah.
You know. But anyway, enough about the awkward silence. So with last episode, we had some fun. We talked about Kickboxer Retaliation, talked about the Breaker Uppers, and talked about In the Tall Grass. So, just because we don't have any big news for you this week, we're going to start with Brian on what his opinions were on In the Tall Grass and the Breaker Uppers.
Oh, well, I thought I wasn't going first, but okay, we're doing this. So unfortunately, it's just life's been busy and bullshit, right? So I did not see In the Tall Grass. I did watch Breaker Uppers, but I only got most of it done. I guess kind of towards the end when she kind of like gets the like thug British chick to go sing for her at a wedding or stop her at a wedding or something. I don't know. I think I might have. Yeah.
You were just
yeah. But yeah, it was funny. Very typical Britishy. Is it British or is it
New Zealand?
No, you said it's New Zealand. Oh man, they're gonna fucking kill me for that one.
Yeah, our one
one guy. I fucked up. But yeah. So, but it was along those lines. Actually, you know what? I gotta say, it felt a little bit more British than honestly in its approach to some of the dry humor. I guess it did get a little more...
Yeah, I think it's very similar. They're very similar in sense of humor.
Yeah, and I guess it did get a little more Kiwi with like the like weirdness of it, like when she's like remembering her when she's singing Celine Dion and she's like remembering her, like remembering their moments together. And what is with British, like older British women, like playing themselves as teenagers lately? Like that's like a big fad right now.
I don't know. It's
there's another show, right?
I got nothing for it.
Isn't Pen 15 British chicks or are they American?
Oh, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah, but they are playing like 15.
Yeah, right. I don't know. It just feels like a very British / New Zealand thing.
It's what's in now.
But yeah, and I didn't get to the Tall Grass. I still really do. I probably will before the next one. That and whatever you guys pick today. But yeah, so I don't know. Review for Breaker Uppers. Like a 2. Like a 2 is fun. It's good. It's fun. I don't remember what you gave it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I gave it 2.5. I don't know. I can look back at my notes, but
yeah,
I won't.
Okay,
that's good.
Well, Matt,
that's good.
Oh yeah, much like Brian, I also was busy with life and COVID stuff.
Yeah, also true.
So I didn't watch. I feel bad, Pat.
Neither of us
watched your
Wow. So I'm the one who sits there and gets screwed in this deal? Wow.
Well,
I think
it's just because you made it seem like you were the only Stephen King fan out there. So I'm like, what's the point of even starting this? Because you love Stephen King and you like Stephen King, and Stephen King is the greatest.
I was also drunk that episode, so you should forgive me.
But I did watch. I did watch a bit of the beginning of Kickboxer Retaliation.
Yeah,
I saw the main fights, the train fight, which was a great way to start a movie.
Yeah,
it was some sexy choreography.
It's good.
But like you were saying, like the acting, not great.
Nope.
But the fight scenes, that prison scene, with the blues music, that was really cool.
That's fun.
Was that just a one long take?
Yes, it was one shot.
It was?
Yeah.
I just didn't like how they did that, like where it would be fast, like regular, then it'd be slow motion.
Yeah, that's like an old Matrix trick. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, or even probably even dates further back than that. But
right, I feel if they did without that, it would be even better than it was, and it was really good.
Well, but the difference is a lot of movies do that. I think, and that's why the fighting in this is so good. And I think anyway, but based on what I've seen. But I think a lot of the what makes it still cooler in that movie is a lot of the times those guys are connecting. Like movies will use that slow motion quickness, and then it does like a weird like, you know, like their face looks like Jim Carrey going through it. Mm-hmm. But like I think with this, because when you watch the outtakes and stuff at the end, if you get there or if Pat did, that you'll see they're like hitting each other in some scenes. They're like trying it out. He's like, "What if I just roundhouse you? Could you take it?" Like for the camera, and they're basically like, "Yeah, let's give it a shot." Like, so that's what made. But the choreography for this guy to be very green in the world of film, or as far as directing, it's fun. Man, he put together a fun movie.
Yeah, did a very good job.
I would agree.
But yeah, that's as far as I got. I saw Jean-Claude. I got excited.
Yeah,
and then I ran out of time. So.
Iron Mike.
But I'll probably finish it, and I might get to Pat's movie. I'm not going to promise anything.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we'll see. I see how it is.
Things come up. But yeah, so Pat, did you watch any of our movies?
Yes, I actually watched both your movies. So, needless to say, I'm disappointed in both of you.
Oh, shit.
Especially Mad. You know, Brian, I understand, but Mad, I'm so disappointed in you right now.
Okay.
I hope you feel bad.
More than usual?
More than usual, yeah. But
what direction this is going.
Let's start with Kickboxer Retaliation.
Yes.
Can go either way.
Kickboxer Retaliation, I will... One thing I will say, I will agree with Matt. Choreography was great. The fight scene choreography was amazing. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. The acting is a solid 2 out of 5. I mean, I wasn't expecting Mike Tyson to be in there, but it was just like, wow, okay, Mike Tyson's in there. I wonder. Yeah, if I had to average it, I'd go with a 3. If I had to average it, I'd go with a 3. But like I said, with the fighting, I'd give it a solid 4 because it definitely has that feel of like all those old school fight movies.
80s, super 80s.
It definitely feels like it.
Even
even some of the acting kind of 100% super 80.
Oh, yeah,
hell, even Walker Texas Ranger fight scenes too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time.
So it's just like, I really, it made me really appreciate and gave me some nostalgia for like Walker Texas Ranger, 80s fight movies, because even though I didn't watch a ton of them growing up, the ones I did watch were fun. They were fun to watch, bullshit essentially at the end of the day, not great movies, but they were fun. And it was nice to see Christopher Lambert. I mean, wasn't expecting him. Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's like, okay, what the hell? Mike Tyson. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. But all right, we'll go with it.
Yeah. I don't think I saw Mike Tyson.
You didn't get that far.
I didn't get that part.
Yeah.
All right.
It's close.
No, but yeah, it's very close. But wasn't. It's like I know they came up with some other character for him. It's like how did Iron Mike end up in a fucking Thai prison because he ate another guy's ear? I don't know.
Yeah, it actually sounds. It's probably one of the most believable things in the movie. Is Mike Tyson
is Mike Tyson in prison? Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, so if I had to average out my 2 scores, I'd give it a 3 out of 5.
Wait, hold on.
Mostly the reason why I got bumped up is because of the fighting.
Is this Kickboxer Retaliation? Is this in the same universe as Hangover? Because wasn't Mike Tyson in Bangkok in like one of the? Yeah.
Oh,
so did he get arrested in that movie and then ended up there?
There it is.
Wow.
That's shared universe.
That's some nice headcanon right there.
Marvel's got nothing on the Hangover universe.
Clearly not.
On the TPU, the Todd Phillips universe.
Fucking Todd Phillips. But anyway,
he's too cool
to get to the breaker up.
Sorry.
It's only because he made his money off of him. Now he's done. But anyway, on to the Breaker Uppers. Yeah, it was very much. I agree. There was very much that weird Kiwi humor. I mean, yeah, it's essentially slightly British humor at the end of the day, but it's you know what they say. The sun never sets on the British Empire.
It's weirder though.
The sun never sets.
It's more sarcastic.
It was definitely weird. I'm sitting there. I sat there and watched it with my mom as she's sitting there working on her school stuff for her students, and she's just sitting there going like, "This is a terrible movie." I'm like, no, it's very dry. It's a very dry humor that, there were definitely some parts I left out loud at.
If you enjoyed Monty Python, like when you were younger, I feel like you'd enjoy this movie a bit.
I don't sitting here thinking about. I don't know if she ever liked Monty Python.
Monty Python gets that same like some people think it's hilarious,
way, yeah,
and then other people are like, it's too dry.
But yeah, here they definitely went a lot more dirty than Monty Python probably ever would go.
Yeah, right.
Which I think was part of the problem, and then plus, I didn't realize that Maori chick towards the end of the movie. That was, or the ex-girlfriend of that guy. It's like, is that supposed to be like their version of like Ghetto?
Yeah, that's right. The bank teller or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
not bank teller.
Yeah. I mean, is that supposed to be like like their version of Cholas or something? Because
she was yes, she was fucking super East LA.
Yeah, super East LA.
Yeah, like if she walked into East LA doing all that shit, she probably would have fit right in. No offense to East LA, but because she had walked into Brother Rice like that, that's the real question.
Oh,
nope.
No,
not unless she was selling Chad pot.
Call back.
So clearly we can't get away with an episode without ripping one on Brother Rice at least once.
And Chad's.
And Chad, yeah. Our one listener.
Chad from Brother Rice.
Hi, Chad,
now lives in New Zealand.
God, we're just sitting here ripping on.
That's our New Zealand listener. Is just a guy that
graduated Brother Rice named Chad lives out there.
Ripping on Kiwis, Chads, and Brother Rice. What more can you get out of We're Going Streaming episode?
There you go. You're welcome.
But if I had to sit there and rate this movie, I'd definitely give it like a 2. It was just it was
too dry
for me. It was just not necessarily too dry. Just maybe the jokes weren't hitting as much. I don't know. For me, just like
I can see that. Yeah.
Might have appealed more if I was a woman approaching my 40s.
Yeah. That, and I felt like for some jokes they were reaching a lot harder than they needed to. I guess is kind of the. I don't know. It was kind of. I felt like there were some jokes they could have just left unsaid, like they could have left it subtle, and then there's other jokes where they went like. Okay. There's some jokes they pulled back the punch a little too easily on. Yeah, they either went too far, or pulled back too hard.
Yeah,
the whole dancing scene in the movie was great. I love that where she sat there and really got into being a chola with the Maori girls.
That was pretty funny.
With the rest of the Maori girls, cholas, that was great.
Shout out.
Direct your complaints to at going_streaming on Twitter if you're a chola and you're listening.
Yeah, and we're basically all from the South Side, so we know what we're talking about.
Yeah. South Side, baby. Subjects. Yeah. On other subjects, you'll need to get a couple drinks on us to get the truth.
That's fair.
Anyway, so.
Yeah.
So now that we've gotten our last week's reviews out of the way, in spite of them skipping my movie.
Because you're the only Stephen King fan out there, I thought.
I like Thomas Jane. Thomas Jane's in it, right?
No.
No, what's his name? The guy that's in all those...
Aaron Eckhart?
You mean Patrick Wilson?
No, that's it. Patrick Wilson.
You guys are terrible.
Does he only do horror films now?
Oh, yeah. I will say something
I think so.
About your movie, by the way. Last week,
yeah,
when you were like... Or not last week. Last episode, when you were like referring to the people in it, you said like Patrick and like Ann... Or not Ann Wilson, but like Patrick and Lauren Wilson or something like that. As if they were related in any fucking way at all. Like they aren't.
They're married.
Are they?
Yeah.
Where did you see that?
They're married.
I could not find that. Because when you said that, I was like, oh, is that his wife? And then like literally was typing in those words and could not find it.
Isn't Ann Wilson?
Yeah,
Ann Wilson's Heart.
In Heart, right?
Yeah.
I think
that's not who her
think,
name is.
Wait, so Ann Wilson from Heart?
Oh,
In...
Christ. No, it was Nancy.
Definitely not.
Speaking of
Laura
Wilson.
Heart biopic coming
She's
out.
married to Patrick Wilson?
Yeah.
I could not find this. Okay.
Yeah, she was the actual wife in the film.
Why are we so bad with
that he brutally murders? That he brutally murders.
Spoilers, bro. Spoilers. Hit the horn.
Wife or brother?
Yeah. You sure it's not Patrick Wilson's brother? Because that's what I read.
You mean like Ryan Hawk?
Yeah.
It says Lauren Wilson's a Canadian figure skater, so you're wrong, Pat.
There it is.
Oh God. I'm gonna look up her name right now because you know what? I honestly don't remember. I'm already starting to sound like I've been drinking too much already.
That's great.
Maybe it's because you have.
I'm
all right. So while you're looking that up, though,
in the Tallgrass isn't really the movie. Oh, okay.
No, so while I'm looking that up, I
clearly
did.
it's not the movie
I shut that down.
I thought it was.
No, actually, it's Rachel Wilson. I'm sorry, we were all wrong. It's Rachel Wilson.
Oh, Rachel Wilson.
Rachel Wilson.
Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Not related.
So we were all super wrong. But anyway,
what's her fucking backstory? Does it say she's married to fucking Patrick Wilson? Don't leave the audience hanging.
She is Canadian. So that part was right.
Fine.
Ottawa.
Who?
Oh,
yeah.
Must be the Wilson. Is that all Wilson? Is that a Wilson thing?
Everybody named Wilson's from Canada.
I just confirmed it.
Yeah. It says right.
Let's see.
She was in Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. One of her first movies was a Woody Harrelson fan in The Spy Who Shagged Me. That is
Woody
great.
Harrelson.
Oh no, they're not even. Guys, I was wrong. They're not even related.
So
he's
Brian
married
was
to.
right.
Well, I was hoping they weren't related
Brian
if they were
right.
married, but I meant they had nothing to fucking do with each other.
Well, Ottawa's the Alabama
no, you're absolutely right. They have
North.
I fucking thought so.
No,
you
Patrick.
Sucker.
Patrick Wilson's married to a Doug Mara.
You say a dog?
Dominzik?
Did you say dumb?
No, her name's Dagmara.
Dagmara. Oh, that's crazy.
You like Dags?
No, but
yeah, sure.
I'm sorry. You put that on a T, and I.
No, but she's a Polish American actress. So
man, okay, so I'm 2 for 2 on this, by the way, by calling you guys out on your fucking.
Well, you had to Google mine, so you didn't know.
I Googled his too because when the way he said it, it was so weird. He was like, "Yeah, Patrick and Lauren Wilson," and I was like, "Hold the fuck!" Like, is that his wife? Because I didn't know his wife acted or whatever.
And he didn't even get the name right. He didn't even get.
And actually, funny enough, Dagmara is an actress. She's a Polish American actress.
Okay,
I think the crazier thing though is that Brian held on to this for however long.
Right,
it took.
That's right. I totally forgot.
He holds on to it. He holds on to it. It's like a grudge match. It's a grudge for him.
No, because it was a big nothing for me until you fucking made me feel stupid about not knowing Patrick Wilson was in this. then it brought it all back. Then I was like, all right, let's fucking go. I think
since Brian proved you wrong on the podcast, Brian gets to drink from Uma's thermos.
Yeah, when are those coming out, Brian?
Soon. I don't know. Maybe if someone actually starts fact checking us instead of me real time, I'll send them a fucking Uma's thermos.
If you
we've made plenty of mistakes. Trust me.
I mean, seriously, listeners, you guys need to really get on that.
Yeah, first one to call us out on a mistake that we made.
Step up your game.
Yeah. Whoever calls us out, we'll get a Uma's thermos.
I just gave
signed by the three of us.
Yeah, I just gave everyone 3 weeks on trying to call out Pat's bullshit of changing the fucking wife of Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, you had 3 weeks to fucking figure this out, and you fucked it up.
That was the Easter egg of that episode. Rachel Wilson's never been more famous than this moment.
Amongst our 20 listeners and the guy from New Zealand.
Yeah. Chad knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Don't question Chad.
Shout out Chad.
Thanks, Chad. Shout out Chad. Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, moving on
to the present.
Brian, you want to talk about your movie?
Okay, what the fuck?
I thought I was going first.
Yeah, I thought Matt was going first.
I don't remember.
We literally decided this.
Is that way? I thought we agreed on Brian going first.
I went first last time.
He went first last episode
because Matt hosted.
It's fine.
Fine, Matt, go first.
Well, not with this little pity thing. All right, fine. So, like we did last episode, we'll start with the 3-word review, then synopsis, and then rating. My 3-word review is Ed Harris saves.
Oh, here we go.
Interesting.
Because I ran out of. It's really difficult coming up with the
3-word is so hard.
But the movie I reviewed was called Kodachrome. It's a 2017 movie starring Jason Sudeikis and Elizabeth Olsen of Mary-Kate and Ashley's more famous sister. And she is, Brian. I looked it up.
That's very true.
And honestly, of course, Ed Harris.
You know what? I think I would say Elizabeth Olsen is much more famous than her sisters now. Just saying.
I'm glad you.
Maybe now domestically, but I bet globally, Mary Kay and fucking Ashley are still phenomenons compared to Elizabeth. No offense.
They're dating world leaders,
dirty old men,
and makeup, and they have their own. Right. They have their own sex trafficking ring.
So moving on from the Olsen's sex trafficking,
they're so big globally.
So the synopsis of the movie. So Jason Sudeikis is he's a music exec with the great name of Matt. He's struggling to sign acts. One of his biggest acts that he signed left for a bigger company. So his dad's assistant just popped into his office, played by Elizabeth Olsen. Her name's Zoe Kern. She informs Matt that his dad is terminally ill with cancer, and he'd requested that Matt join him on a road trip to go to Dwayne's Photo in Parsons, Kansas. It was the last shop developing Kodachrome film, hence the name.
There it is.
By the way, this is based on an actual New York Times article about the last place. So they kind of but the dad, the terminally ill dad, played by Ed Harris, wants to save some old rolls since Dwayne's will stop in the near future making the dyes that are needed to produce the Kodachrome. So eventually, Matt, he doesn't really like his dad. They never really got along. He was more with his mom, and then his mom passed away when he was 13, I think he said. And he ended up living with his uncle because his dad he was a photographer, artist, just kind of did his own thing, didn't want anything to do with the kid. So eventually the manager of Ed Harris's character, played by Dennis Haysbert of Allstate Insurance fame.
Yes.
He tells him that if Matt joins his dad, he will set him up with a meeting with one of the new, a big band that he's been trying to sign, which will take place in Chicago, which they run through in their trip. So he reluctantly joins because he's just he's trying to keep his job. So his dad's just kind of a pain in the ass, but he's funny. Ed Harris. If it was any other actor, this would just be kind of like a typical, just a road trip or not even comedy, a road drama, with some comedic events. But he definitely plays it well. But yeah, actually, at the end of the film, it says that the movie was shot on a 35 millimeter Kodachrome, which I thought was funny because it's streamed on Netflix. So it was the past and the present, which the whole movie kind of struggles with. With the dad, he's very analog. He only likes tapes in his beat up Saab convertible, and his son's he's more in the future and whatever. So it kind of goes through the typical thing you'd expect in a road comedy or road drama, with like a father and an estranged son, and it kind of it runs the gamut of that. But so my rating, I don't want to give too much away. But my rating was a 3 out of 5. It was enjoyable. It was funny at times, but it was serious at other times. But also it was kind of predictable. As I mentioned, like you could kind of see, I don't know, with Elizabeth Olsen's character and with Jason Sudeikis' character, you could kind of see where things are going. Where at first they don't get along, and then but I did really enjoy. Yeah, but I really enjoyed that they had a scene where they dissect the band live, and the song "Lightning Crashes."
Oh gosh, beautiful.
And it comes back and later in the film. Yeah, well, because he's saying it's like the Sudeikis' character says it's the only like hit pop song that mentions placenta.
What? Placenta falls
which is true
to the floor.
Yeah, which is true.
Yeah. Fucking live.
But that's one of those band. Like that song pops up at a bar or plays at a bar. I'm singing like.
You're singing a
placenta
falls to the floor.
Yeah. I'll sing 100%. That part out loud. Yeah, that's when I get loudest because that's the only lyric I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel it coming back again.
Pure '90s voice too. Yep.
But there was a
yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Trying to copy Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, but didn't they all kind of copy Elton? I feel like Elton does that voice. And then all the grunge guys in the '90s were like, "I want to sing like Elton John."
Oh, did you ever hear?
I don't want to go on with you like that.
Did you ever hear the Beastie Boys cover of Benny and the Jets?
Maybe.
No.
Where it's just MCA going.
I mean, I don't think Chris Cornell tried to copy that exact same voice. I don't think. I think he's one of the few that did.
To a degree. To a degree. I think all the grunge guys did that to a degree.
Yeah, it's definitely like an Elton John voice that they're all kind of doing, essentially.
You would even argue Lane Staley did?
Well, in that range. Like, obviously, Chris Cornell can go way the fuck up here, too. Well, I guess kind of Elton kind of. Well, can Elton do that? Not so much.
All right,
I don't think
not
so.
anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Oh, but fun fact about the film, because it related to... I'm trying to steer it back to the film as we're going into.
Good job.
You're welcome.
I mean, it gets into some music, which is cool. And of course, I meant to bring this up, as it's definitely got an indie movie feel. And the director, Mark Rassos, was an indie director. And of course, this is my theory with every indie movie, they have to mention the Smiths at least once.
Yes.
And sure enough, this movie, they mention the Smiths. Man. They also do eventually mention Galaxy 500, which is a good band, too.
Man, your fucking movie is checking all the boxes. Like, I feel like I've seen this movie by you just explaining the elements of it. Jason Sudeikis, hit 90s song, road trip, out with the old, in with the new, midlife crisis. I'm like, oh my God, fucking Hollywood is good at these movies.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna watch it, obviously, but I've already seen it. I've already seen it in this theater. But already to my head for those at home.
Okay. To my fun fact that relates to the name. I mean, a bit, because it's about a photographer, Jason Sudeikis, who, by the way, is George Wendt's nephew. If you didn't know, but his great grandfather was Tom Howard, who's a famous photographer that was famous for. He took a photo of Ruth Snyder getting the electric chair at Sing Sing prison, like back in like the 20s or 30s, and it was like the most famous, like it was like if you took a picture of a Kardashian nude with a champagne bottle on her ass, like that was the
like an everyday photo. I don't understand.
Yeah, well, no, like no, because remember how that
what it's worth
the internet
for the yeah. Oh, you're talking about that one specific. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yes. It was famous back then when, we weren't all idiots that worshipped celebrities.
It's cooler.
But, All right, so who's next? Brian?
Now it's officially Brian.
Yeah.
So, go Brian.
Matt just wants to give you the whole show.
First.
All right, good. Give me the whole show. Okay. So for this week's movie, I went back to our good old friend, the algorithm that Pat sent us to, or the code to break the algorithm. Oh, no, wait, kind of. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Back it up. Cut that out. All right, thanks. So I didn't do that. I did do that. No. I tried to do that, but it didn't work for what I was trying to do. So instead, I went to the search engine on Netflix, and I just typed in the word fuck. And basically what came up was that Don't Fuck With Cats documentary, which I've also watched now and just changed my life forever.
But doing that.
No, God, no. Oh my God. I can't talk. I'm never talking about that again. Episode. I'm not talking about that movie or show, whatever it is, ever again. But anyway, it also gave me like 4 Kevin Hart stand-ups, which I guess he just titles all of those with some version of the word fuck in it.
Yeah, he's a rebel.
Oh yeah, big time.
Biggest rebel there is.
But it also gave me this movie called The Fuck It List. So The Fuck It List is this 2019/2020. It was a little unclear on the release date of it. Probably like late last year, early, that kind of thing. It's basically, okay, so here's the plot. After a prank blows up a studious high school senior's life, he shares a list of certain things he'd wished he'd done differently, ... and maybe he still can. So basically what happens is this dude's like kind of a nerd, but also cool. It's like one of those roles where like...
So like Pat.
Yes, 100%. Where all this dude did is clearly like study. Like I think these kids are trying to hang out with him on a weekend, and he's like...
Oh, they're not Pat.
Yeah. Not in Kenosha, baby.
Wow, what it call?
Not in K-Thriller.
Way to call me out.
The Nosh.
The Noosh. Let's go to the Noosh.
It's not Nowhere, it's the Nosh.
Oh god, that feels like a Jason Sudeikis bit. Let's go to the Noosh.
Oh no, I think it's like a CW like teen drama.
Oh, the show.
The Nosh.
Yeah.
Like the OC.
Perfect.
Yeah. But they're Wisconsin people, so just crap, like the whole time.
I don't want to watch that.
And cheese curds, but that's it. All right, go ahead.
All right, so anyway, The Fuck It List. So that's the basic plot. What happens is this kid like decides last minute to help out with the senior prank because of course he's like the nerd of the school, but the kid every other kid also loves him. Like, you got to come, man. We just love you. We want you to come to the senior prank with us. I'm like, okay, fine. Yeah, there's some cheese in this. I definitely want to say that out loud. Oh, wait, shit. My 3-word review. I always do this.
Oh, God.
3-word review. Teen dumb fuckery.
Oh, okay.
Nice. And that's basically what it is. Yeah. So this is it's a big Ferris Bueller vibe to this too. Like he talks to the camera a lot, kind of comes out of the movie a lot, that kind of thing. It actually reminded me more so of a movie called The Trojan War. Did you ever see that? With like Will Friedle and Jennifer Love Hewitt. It was a very like late, maybe even mid-90s movie. And it was like, it was a typical like Trojan as in Trojan condoms, because that's like the whole movie is like he's trying to get a condom to like fuck the girl of his dreams. Which is not Jennifer Love Hewitt in the beginning, but is, spoiler alert, Jennifer Love Hewitt later. He's never ready. But
no, I'm never ready.
He doesn't even know what's going on.
It's actually just a bit now. It's actually just part of the routine.
Yeah. Wait, Will Friedle from Boy Meets World?
Yes, yeah, the older Eric, right? Eric.
Oh God, and the
what's
rapist,
that family's
Danny
name?
Masterson.
He's in it?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
no.
He's got a small role. He's not in Trojan War?
He's Seth.
I don't even remember that.
According to Google.
Unless he's like one of Jennifer Love Hewitt's friends. I don't know. She has like these other two like boys that just like follow her.
Jennifer Hewitt. She just made all her movie or all her money in the 90s pretty much. Like,
yeah, 100%.
That's the way to do it.
No, she did Ghost Whisperer through like fucking early 2000s.
Yeah.
My dad like loved that show. Kind of weird that at different times in our life, we were both thinking about Jennifer Love Hewitt. Okay, never mind.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, the fucking list.
Who
all right, so back to the fucking list. I digress. Watch Trojan War. Actually, it's fucking awesome. If I can find it on streaming or something, I'll tweet it. But yeah, Ferris Bueller type movie. Blah blah blah. Jerry O'Connell is in it. Fun fact. He plays dad of the kid. Mom is Natalie Z. You'll know her from most famously Justified. She's like Raylan Gibbons' like girl who like his wife, his ex-wife. She was in Other Guys. Remember, she's like the guy who's like she's like the girl who's like desperately trying to like fuck Will Ferrell in like Other Guys in like the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? That chick. Yeah. Very like.
Oh yeah, no. Justified's great though. If you haven't watched Justified, you should watch it.
Justified is amazing.
Oh, she was also in.
I think Justified's on Netflix. Another shout out.
You can justify watching it on Hulu.
Oh, it's on Hulu. Damn it! All right.
Yeah, because it's one of those FX properties that FX on Hulu
switched over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My favorite thing, though, I googled her.
Yeah.
And it says like when she's born, and then it says height 5 feet 5 inches, in parentheses, same as Megan Good.
Good
so for reference, because we're usually hanging around Megan Good, you know.
Good to know. Okay.
Oh.
I stole that from Pat.
She's too good.
But yeah, Natalie Z, Peter Facinelli of Can't Hardly Wait fame, and I think that's about it. Like he was like the douche high school dude, and which Jerry O'Connell was actually also in Can't Hardly Wait. Little reunion for these bros. Yeah, I mean,
O'Connell's like the Rob Riggle of the 90s. He just can't say no.
He's actually funny as he's actually funny as shit in this movie, and obviously the best actor. I mean, Natalie Z is just kind of doing her thing. Like she's like she plays that role of like I was prom queen and now I'm like married middle-aged wife, but I'm also like really fucking cool and witty. Like I don't know. That's like her whole thing.
Yeah. It's a good thing to be.
Yeah, I like it. She says she gets typecast in those roles too, which obviously it's all the fucking same. I was reading up a little bit on her. I wanted to make sure I pronounced her name right since we butcher names so much on this. I was like, is it Z or Zay? And I literally found a tweet of hers from like 2013 where she was like, thanks for asking. It's pronounced Z as in E-E-E. I was like, oh, fucking good.
Oh.
Yeah. Did a little digging.
Predicted our podcast.
Yeah. Well, if you do a little looking into it like that, that's where you realize Patrick Wilson isn't fucking married to Rachel Wilson.
Wow. Okay. Wow. We just had to go there, didn't we?
All right.
We needed that little stab in the heart.
I mean, that's my gist of this movie. It gets cheesy as fuck after about 40 minutes, and then obviously the ending gets insanely unrealistic. They're like the kid and the girl that he obviously ends up with, because it's that type of movie, are just like skipping college and like traveling the world to take photos in front of famous monuments and stuff. I'm like, okay, this went super rich white kid very fucking quickly. I was like, before this, it had a California high school kid vibe, but like, yeah, it went very fucking like super spoiled rich kid, because his parents don't have money, which is kind of cool. Like they have kind of enough money. Very Brother Rice, yes. This kid definitely graduated from Brother Rice. But yeah, the parents like don't have money in it, so it's not, it holds up early, and then it just gets very unrealistic. But yeah, are we doing star reviews right now too? Right, 3 words, synopsis, star.
The ratings.
I'm going 2. I'm going a solid 2 stars.
Yeah,
I was a little underwhelmed. But I mean, what did I expect? I typed "fuck" into the search engine and picked like the 3rd movie that wasn't a Kevin Hart stand-up.
The one thing I do need to comment: why is it always California high school kids? Why can't it be Chicago high school kids?
Because everything they do is like they're always like doing stuff outside. Like you can't do that in Chicago during the school year. Like you get about 2 months, and then it's just blizzard for the rest of the year.
Why is that a problem?
Grease was originally.
You can still have fun in a blizzard.
But like the original Grease was written about a Chicago area school, and then they took it, made it to California. Like when it was like went to Hollywood. There's just a lot
California.
Yeah, I could see that. I guess maybe that was more of like a gang thing.
Fuck California. # local H.
Oh, nice.
No, you guys. All right.
Yeah, it's a local H song.
I was gonna say # local H, but you didn't give me a chance. You sat there and just gave up immediately.
Well, isn't it just called California Songs?
I remember the line.
So we're all wrong.
Yeah,
I remember the line.
It's a Rachel Wilson.
Or is it just named
Somebody
California?
call us out for an Uma's Thermos. First one to send me a tweet.
Yeah, again,
wins an Uma's Thermos.
Signed by Ryan Hawk, his brother.
I'm not promising that.
And signing into my burner account now.
I never said it had to be real. I never said.
One
I
last
never said
thing
anything about being real.
One last thing before we go to Pat's movie. I just want to say there's a world class. First of all, Jerry O'Connell is fantastic in this, and you should watch it for that alone. It's an hour 40 minutes, a little rough, but he has this world class like Rain Man reference that he drops on his son. That's where that second star came in, my friends.
Just because of a Rain Man reference.
It's
All right.
It's
That's
great.
fair.
It's great. All right, Pat.
Pat?
What do we got for the people?
Okay. So first of all, my movie is named Skins.
Oh boy, yeah, that's right.
The second part is
let me get comfortable.
the three-word review is why the fuck.
Oof.
So I'm not going to give a traditional synopsis for this. It's a very short movie, about an hour 17 minutes. It's not very long, but for that hour and 17 minutes, you're either riveted because of how fucking weird it is, or you are horrified and disgusted because of one reason or another. It covers. I mean, I have a whole script for this. I'm thinking of just going totally off script for this because it's so.
Oh no.
Do it.
I'll go on script for this. Let's stick with that because it's a little bit nicer than what I've actually got to say. Skins is a Spanish film by Eduardo Casanova. It's his debut film, but he has made short films like Eat My Shit. It's not a joke. It's legit. Actually, the character from Eat My Shit is in this movie, but I'll let you. I'll let you look that up if you want.
I thought you were getting mad at us.
No,
Eat my shit.
This movie's actually this 100% is legit.
Oh, fuck.
This movie tackles some very typical.
What if fucking just kick the door down? Like, what's up? Here's I'm at Eduardo Casanova and I make fucking movies.
We should just make a double feature.
Yeah,
the Fuck It List and Eat My Shit.
Wow, sorry, moms.
Just have a Kevin Hart will host it.
Yeah, moms, if you're listening, I'm sorry. Forgive us. But anyway, it tackles some very difficult topics in unique ways. Talks about rape, suicide, depression, incest, pedophilia, and plenty of others. It's a very,
like a
you can ask
party.
Matt and Brian.
Oof.
Not quite.
Especially
you can ask Matt
with
and Brian.
the
I don't.
part of it if Trump's there.
Oh.
I did it.
He did it.
All right, come back.
Yeah.
All right, come back. I'm done.
Anyway,
I'm done.
Anyway, you can ask Matt and Brian. I don't get uncomfortable very often, but when I do, it's like
women.
It lies. But when I do get uncomfortable, it's like it has to be extreme, and this movie is definitely on that extreme level. Without going into too much detail, it follows 4 different stories, and each one talks about the different topics we've mentioned. It's very colorful, focusing on pinks and lavenders. I'm really not joking about this being a disturbing movie. Lots of weird sex, lots of weird people, and just lots of unfortunate circumstances.
Are you sure this wasn't
to give you an idea? It may be for some people. For average people, not so much. But to give you an idea, the opening scene opens to a man in a very pink room taking a phone call about the birth of his son. After he finishes the call, a nude, older, fat woman with what I would call a pink merkin takes the phone from him, and they talk about the pictures within some books in front of him, with her explaining how there are victims in the world and how they were born to suffer. I'm not really going to go past that because it's super messed up, and it's 100% not for the faint of heart. I'm going to take a page from Roger Ebert when he reviewed Pink Flamingos and give this movie a resounding 0. He really hated the movie Pink Flamingos, and by God,
because she ate shit. Divine ate shit. Full circle.
Yeah, this
Pink Flamingos is when Divine picks up the dog shit off the sidewalk and eats it.
Holy shit!
Oh my God, Pat, that was a brilliant review. Like,
whoa.
Did you plan that?
But this comes to a close second. But I'm really not kidding. You need to have, if you want to watch this movie, you should absolutely have either a stiff drink and an empty stomach, or just don't watch it. It's really not for the faint of heart. It's definitely extreme. And actually, to explain this, my my dear girlfriend, who I love dearly, she's on TikTok. She saw this movie on TikTok, and she's like, we should watch this. And I wasn't finding another movie, so I'm like, fuck it, let's watch it. And needless to say, it changed my life in ways I did not expect. And not necessarily in good ways either.
So now is Salo going to be the next TikTok movie?
God, I hope not. But
so because Megan is missing sucked.
Oh,
I mean, Salo's a fucked up movie. I haven't seen it all the way through. It's
no, but like I said, to finish up my review, you should definitely. You need to prepare yourself to watch this movie.
Oh God, I'm so excited to watch your movie right now.
Like I said, it's a short movie, but to watch it, you should absolutely prepare yourself. Oh man, 100%.
Like how
especially towards the end.
Is it like body horror?
Hour 17.
Is it like big body horror? Is that what's?
I wouldn't say so much big body horror. Just a lot of. It just gets very disturbing. Like you sit there and watch.
Like unnecessarily, like I think I know what you're talking about. I think basically what Megan is missing kind of tried to do.
I wouldn't necessarily. It does get vulgar at some points, and then there's other points where you're just kind of like, yeah, vulgarity is not the right word for this.
Like it's going for shock value.
Yeah, but you could say that.
So I think he's going like it's art, like he's trying to make art. By using very ugly,
so like the giallo that.
But Gasparino, actually, based off what I've watched with his stuff, it feels very much, it's art, but it's vulgar. Whereas
what have you watched?
Art.
Yeah, what have you seen from Gasparino?
I did try to watch Climax. I did actually try to watch Climax.
Climax is his best movie. Well, his best movie. Maybe not his top film, but his best movie.
Enter the Void.
Yeah,
that movie.
The Void is fucking.
I haven't watched Enter the Void.
Yeah.
But like I said, those act more like art. This acts more like art disguised as something else entirely. Like I said, I don't really have a word for it. Not snuff.
Like, really?
It's definitely not snuff.
So it's not the sexual stuff.
No, snuff is snuff.
Or like the aggressive.
Not so much
snuff
that
you would say is like aggressive sexual.
It's
I'm trying to find out what's disturbing.
Snuff isn't like where someone dies.
Not necessarily.
Snuff isn't. Like,
they could also just be like beating the fucking self, but it's sexualized.
Right.
It's like I wouldn't argue it's sexualized, and it's just aggressive. It's aggressive.
I'm gonna watch this too.
You
just made that happen.
Good. So Matt, likes and dislikes about your film.
All right.
What was your 3-word?
Just to move on. Rating.
Did you 3-word and rating?
He did. He 3-word.
Oh, 3-word was why the fuck? Yeah.
You did say stars. You did say the rating.
Did you?
Yeah.
0.
Oh, that's right.
I gave it a resounding 0.
That's right at the beginning. Okay.
This is not a film that needed to exist. Oh, and I should note it's in Spanish. It's in Spain Spanish, and so like subtitles Veronica. For this one. Like Veronica. But at least Veronica, I could sit there and justify the 5 out of 5.
I didn't think I did 5, did
I? I thought you did. I thought you gave it a 5 out of 5.
I think I was like 4 or 4.5.
It was pretty high, but
yeah,
5 I don't think it was a 5. I don't think we've given anything a 5 out of 5.
The more I watch Kickboxer Retaliation, it's going to be 5 out of 5.
Yeah, but the acting kind of holds it back.
You're right.
I could see like a 4 out of 5, just based on the action sequence.
Well, Nick Cage is in his next movie, so here, 5 out of 5. Did you guys watch the trailer I sent you?
No, actually, I haven't yet.
So it's the next movie from Dimitri Logothetis.
You told me about it, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Jiu-Jitsu. It's out now on like Amazon Prime, but it's the same guys in it that Alain Musai or whatever. So the plot is basically Predator Mortal Kombat. This alien comes from outer space to fight the world's greatest jiu-jitsu fighters. And Nicolas Cage is like the leader of this like secret organization of jiu-jitsu fighters. Boom. That's the fucking plot. What else do you need? I'm probably gonna buy it. I think it's like $10 on Amazon right now, and I'm just gonna buy it just so Dimitri Logothetis can make more fucking movies.
Good for you.
I'm starting my own Dimitri pod where I just talk about his movies. Okay.
All right. Anyway, Matt likes and dislikes.
Okay. What I liked Ed Harris's performance. I mean, I already kind of alluded to that earlier, but it's very colorful, very believable as a, like somebody that's dealing with a terminal illness. I think they Hollywood kind of, I don't know, romanticizes that a bit. But he was like, you could see him, he was falling on the floor, like puking and stuff like that. And
oh shit!
I thought he did a really, really good job. I mean, I think he's generally kind of a skinny guy, but I don't know if he lost any weight for this role. But he definitely they made him look the part.
I don't know. Ed Harris, but
also
10 out of 10 for me.
Biggest Ed Harris movie as far as bulk is The Rock. He was fucking swole.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
but you're right.
Most
He's
of the
not
time
a big guy.
He's a smaller guy. Yeah,
he's not a big guy.
But he reminds me. He kind of pushes buttons for his son. You could tell how they had kind of a rocky relationship when they were younger. He plays it really well. And I think he helps Sudeikis along, like, because Sudeikis, he mostly does comedies. Like, this is the first time. This might be the first time he's done, like, kind of a drama. But yeah, he did pretty good. 2017. Now, dislikes.
Oh boy!
I dislike the fact they didn't use Paul Simon's song Kodachrome. The movie's titled Kodachrome. You don't use like the most popular song titled Kodachrome.
I hate when that shit
I don't know if Paul Simon is just like a pain in the ass to deal with, like with getting his songs. I was trying to think of the last movie I watched that had a Paul Simon song in it, and the only thing I could come up with was The Graduate or
oh wow,
what was it, Mrs. Robinson?
Yeah, that was
the one with the. Wasn't The
Dustin
Graduate?
Hoffman? Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, The Graduate. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Yeah, it's The Graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's The Graduate.
But besides the fact that
I actually, coincidentally, I felt the same way about Elvis Costello's Veronica not being in Veronica. Disappointed. So fucking disappointed.
Yeah, right. Like, come on. But otherwise, as I mentioned before, the one thing I disliked, it was kind of predictable for a road movie, especially the relationship between Zoe and Matt, Elizabeth Olsen's character and Sudeikis' character. They argue at the beginning, then of course they find some common ground, and then it's just they bond over the music, and then The Smiths comes out, of course, because it's an indie movie, as we already talked about, which is cool, if you're a vegetarian, I guess. No, actually, The Smiths did have some good songs, but I mean, indie movies, stop. Pick a different band.
Yeah.
Like The National, that'd be a good indie movie band.
Yeah.
Or Pearl Jam,
Put some more Cure in your fucking movies.
Cure would be good.
Fuck Morrissey.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my likes and dislikes. So I guess we'll go to Brian. Likes and dislikes.
Oh yeah. Likes and dislikes for the
Brian.
fuck it list. Which is catchy. That's catchy, right? The fuck it list.
I think the title would be my dislike.
Well, what's funny is his mom, Natalie Z, makes that reference. They're like, because they hear about it first before they realize what it is. And she's like, with everything that just happened with the senior prank, you're making a list about girls in high school you want to fuck. It has its moments, like I said. But anyway. Oh, okay. So what I like and dislike kind of play off each other, which is unfortunate for this movie. Although I guess I kind of described it this way as far as it being split down the middle where it gets bad. So the first half of this movie, the high school, the way they handle like social media at a high school level is kind of cool and very subtle. Because that's obviously the biggest thing that like a lot of arguments with movies now is like horror movies. How do you get rid of the cell phone? You know what I mean? Everyone's got a fucking cell phone. Boom, you're not in fucking trouble anymore. So like when movies do that, like what did I watch? Maybe it was like one of those Hell House LLC movies or whatever, where it's like a found footage movie, but it takes place in a spook house that is actually has people getting killed or some shit. But they would be like, oh, you got to check your phones at the door or something. Like there was certain like aspects to get rid of, or you can only be out in the middle of the woods for a horror movie for so long. So I thought it was really cool the way, this kid, like these kids show up at his house to like kind of throw their own party, and he like comes out in this weird like bathrobe that must have been his mom's that he grabbed real quick or something. And they're like, you can see the one girl just holding her phone while he's out, and he's like, Jesus Christ, are you social mediaing me? Please don't social media me like this. Like, and it was just very natural. Okay. Which I thought was cool because I'm like, cool, realistic. Like this is how this scene would fucking play out. These people would be recording you and posting you to social media immediately, and in a good way. I guess not in a good way, but a positive way, unlike, 13 Reasons Why, which is like social media in a fucking horrific way. Or, Beware the Slender Man, something like that, where social media goes horribly wrong, especially at a high school level. But, so I like that at the beginning. And then towards the end, the payoff was not what I wanted, because it then presented, it basically then presented social media at a high school level as a precursor to becoming an influencer. Like the girl who was like doing that, like basically the payoff was like, hey, if you're really good at social media in high school, you could probably be an influencer when you get older. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Oh, yeah. Jesus. Yep. So very, very sad like and dislike.
You can tell my dislike for influencers.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, whatever, do your thing. But the fact that they're like, this is how you get there, record your friends at awkward moments and post it in high school. I'm like, oh, that's a rough call. It's a rough call.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, there it is.
Anyway.
Pat?
So my likes and dislikes. Yeah. Not sure where to go with the likes here. I'm not sure where to go with the likes here.
Shit.
Shit. Yeah, I like I said, I'm not kidding when the movie's rough. It is so rough. I think it does a good job of showing those rough topics in a different light. But it does it in such a John Waters way. It's kind of hard to really appreciate it, or really appreciate some of the messages it's trying to get across, I guess. So, take that with a grain of salt as you will. Sorry, I'm trying to keep from throwing up in my mouth a little bit. But anyway, just like everything, I've come to hate Pink and Lavender. The topics, the actors, the director, everything. The ending alone is awful. Wow. Yeah, so yeah. All right, I'm gonna go be sad now.
Oh my God, this movie like defeated you. Like you're just.
But I just realized this movie
there's one point
where
the
lowest rating.
Oh, 0.
It is. It has become the lowest rating.
Hold on, but you're saying Bruise Brothers is better than this movie.
People now have to watch Bruise Brothers.
I will sit there and watch
that.
Bruise Brothers on repeat for 3 weeks. I'll watch Bruise Brothers for 3 weeks on repeat versus trying to deal with Skins ever again.
Wow.
However, if you watch Skins enough times, you might be desensitized to literally anything else in the world. But yeah, like I said, it's very rough. It's a good thing it's a quick movie because it's very rough. But it doesn't feel like it. I mean, let me put it to you this way. At one point, my girlfriend and I scream and are so grossed out by the one part. It's so disgusting. It's just, it's too much.
Oh.
Amazing.
Oh.
I don't know if I want to watch something that's worse than Bruise Brothers.
I just want to know what you mean by disgusting right now. Like, that's what's stuck in my head is like, what is this scene?
It's like a bad burger accident.
I've given you multiple ideas on what would be I consider disgusting, and you've said no to all of them. Where do I go with this? You've closed the door on my imagination. You're like that Denzel gif where he's just like slamming the door closed and the fucking guy. That's my imagination. Yeah. And you're Denzel, goddammit.
Ooh, that's Denzel.
I can't complain against
My man.
Denzel. You know, I'm not
my man.
my man.
My man.
Ooh, that was good.
My man.
Maybe
It's
that
like
was
John,
a little,
too much.
John
That was
Bernthal in The
more.
Punisher.
yeah.
My man.
I hope he gets to be the Punisher still. All right.
I think they will. I mean, they're already sitting there trying to campaign for Charlie Cox to still be
he should
Daredevil.
be too. He should
And-
be too.
And Vincent D'Onofrio is still sitting there fighting to be Kingpin.
Yeah, and the
Now
non-rapey
that the-
Masterson can still be fucking Iron Fist for all I care.
Oh no, the British guy. Yeah, he can. Well,
Isn't he
they
a
need to direct
Masterson?
him better.
No, oh, okay.
No, he's not.
No, the
Oh, he
Some
looks
British
like
guy.
one.
the one you're thinking of is older.
Oh yeah.
He's a DJ or something, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. He can
Yeah,
go
he
with
As
it.
Yeah,
all those,
DJ.
child actors become
Yikes.
in Hollywood.
No. By the way, Matt, your recommendation to who would you recommend your movie to?
Oh, all right. I would recommend Kodachrome to fans of. I can't believe I wrote this.
If you say
Fans
Kodachrome.
of if you like skins, no. Fans of like fans of father-son movies, like Nebraska.
Nebraska?
No, because it's
Really?
starring an SNL alum, Will Forte, with Bruce Dern.
If you have an
Hello?
incredibly troubled, yeah, okay.
Well, I'm just saying, it's also looking for if you're looking for a good road movie that has a little bit of comedy, but like not a goofball like Road Trip or it's close to Little Miss Sunshine, where it's got some kind of
Ooh.
light moments, but it's
Yeah.
also it's got some drama. Oh, and then I also compared it to Midnight Run, which is one of my
Holy
one of my
shit.
favorite road movies.
yeah.
Okay.
It's probably not that close to that, but whatever. But that's what I could think of. Like it was a road movie that was funny, but also
Buddy comedy.
yeah. I also said if you're a fan of a photo, if you're a fan of Kodachrome,
You son of a bitch.
if you're a photographer, watch this movie. Or if you like music, such as The Smiths, or
Live.
or Galaxy
Or
500,
that live song.
or if you just like a song that mentions placenta, you should watch this. Rewatchable, I said yes and no, which is such a cop out for
Oh,
me.
did we put
but
that in here?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
forgot about
Forgot
that.
about that. Cool. No, I like it.
Well, you guys forgot it. I remembered.
Yeah, you're right. And thank God you're leading.
Thanks, Matt.
Yes, someone pays attention. Good job, host. So I said
Wow,
yes and no.
Dick.
It's it's too predictable, but it also is enjoyable enough. I would say it's like a after you watch it the first time, it could be like a good like hangover movie. Like if you're hungover on like a Sunday,
It's very easy.
there's no football on, you could put it on. It's kind of a light watch. I mean, it deals with death and stuff, and terminal illness, but it deals with it. It's not super dramatic and depressing. It's not like what's that? Terms of Endearment? Is that the like one of the like really sad movies that I don't know.
Sure.
I haven't watched it, but I heard it was sad.
Like the English Patient or something? Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not. I mean, it's dealt in a good way.
Like Schindler's List.
Oh,
All right. On that note, Brian,
Sad.
recommended movies. Well, I'm saying it's not sad. It's sad, but it's not. I don't know.
yeah.
Whatever. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead. It's like a Smith song. It's sad, but
But you're also kind of nodding your head. Okay, I get it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
why they fucking do it. Oh,
Mhm.
Zach Braff, you genius. Okay.
What?
Wait,
what?
I don't know. He just makes all those like indie movies with like random songs that probably has like a Smith song in it.
Probably Smith's
Um,
covers.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It's just him like in a ukulele, just playing like
Yeah. Him and Florence Pugh just like banging on some canvases, performing a fucking Smith song. All right. Anyway, we're going deep.
All right. We're talking about past
Oh,
movies
so
now?
rewatchable. Oh God, rewatchable? No, I don't think I would. Unless it was like one of those scenarios where like someone was like,
Someone had a
That'll
gun to my
s-
head.
I'd still be like, pull the fucking trigger. But like, put on skins, you coward.
It's like, I know Pat rated 0. Do it. Do it.
Fucking watching it.
Like, no, Jerry
Do
O'Connell
it!
in skins.
I want to watch. I said we're watching O'Connell's fucking library. Oh God, pull the fucking trigger.
Skins was so bad that Jerry O'Connell said no.
It's not fair. That's not fair. He can't speak Polish. Or Spanish? No, what was it?
Spanish. It's Spanish.
Spanish, yeah. Polish is Patrick Wilson's Canadian wife.
Shit.
No, Polish
and
American.
or sister.
So I mean, I'd recommend this movie to I don't
Great
know.
segue.
Millennials, Zoomers, younger millennials, Zoomers. Who are the people that are like in between the two that will be confused for the rest of their lives? Because like I'm one of those between like Gen X and millennial.
A Zennial.
And they gave it like a fucking
It's like Zennial or
Xennial is
yeah.
like so Zennial. Yeah, you're right. Zoomer and yeah.
There's
okay.
like the older
those people,
millennials.
Zoomers.
Yeah.
That very specific fucking group is who I want to watch this movie. Oh, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No,
fans of teen comedy?
go ahead.
Were you gonna say fans of teen comedy?
No, I was gonna say fans of Jerry O'Connell.
Oh, well, obviously, duh. That's a fucking no-brainer.
which is basically Chad in New Zealand.
Oh, Chad. Chad. You know what movie Chad loves? Can't Hardly Wait. But like he relates to the wrong people. He relates to Jerry O'Connell and Can't Hardly Wait and Peter Facinelli instead of. Oh, actually, I bet Chad watches this movie and he's like, when I grow up, I want to be fucking Jerry and Peter in this movie too. Like I got like a hot wife. Like she won prom queen. She was like Miss Texas 2012. But hey, the fucking list. Check it out. Or
that sounds like
Right, I
something
guess.
I want to
Or
watch.
don't. Go watch fucking Skins. Honestly, what are we all doing right now?
Yeah.
Only if you want to. In
Pat, who you recommending this to?
realistic
You
terms,
better say me.
to those who like to be really uncomfortable, I definitely recommend that to those people. Otherwise, there's really no one I would recommend this to.
Fans
Like,
of
if
Jerry
you're going in for
O'Connell.
the shock value, or fans of R. Kelly. I mean, either way.
Hey, if you can watch
Oh.
Jerry O'Connell movies, you can watch anything. Say it right. This ain't right.
You're
This ain't fucking right.
desensitized.
First of all, Jerry
so
O'Connell is a
desensitized?
fucking treasure. He was in Stand By Me. He is the fourth best character in Stand By Me. So watch your mouth.
Oh my god.
Oh man, we definitely just
Is
lost him as a
rewatchable?
listener.
Absolutely not.
Oh
It's
He's got another teen
definitely
comedy to
rewatchable.
star in.
yeah.
Jerry
Is-
O'Connell is more rewatchable than Skins is.
Is Skins rewatchable? Absolutely not, because once you see it, it's burned into your fucking brain.
It is. It really is. So you don't need to rewatch it a second time to really burn it in. It's branded into your brain.
It's the Cannibal Holocaust of films. Well, wait, Cannibal Holocaust
Well,
is a
that
film.
is a film.
That is a film.
It's it is a film. But yeah, I definitely like I
It's
say if you
solid
like
for
John Waters,
millennials.
especially his early work, great. Go for it. Go nuts. But I would definitely never watch this movie again for as long as I live.
Wait, so people that are
will
fans of
gladly
so you're saying people that are fans of Hairspray should watch this?
Was
You
that
said fans of
was
John
that early
Waters
work for him?
films.
Yeah,
Early
Oh,
work.
you said early work.
with
Oh,
Divine.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, like with
Oh.
Divine.
Well, Divine wasn't Hairspray.
Otherwise, past that, I wouldn't recommend that to anyone.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. I'm
That's
super
rough.
uncomfortable right now.
No, pick one person. Who's? Oh, you said early John Waters people. Okay,
Yeah, early John Waters people.
interesting.
'Cause
okay.
It totally fits in
early,
with-
yeah.
Yeah.
It totally fits
That
in
makes
with his trash trilogy.
Shock for shock. Trauma.
Yeah. Mhm.
People who watch trauma
Yeah.
movies.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And then they sit there and go like, oh shit. This is crazy. This is crazy shit.
Nice.
I've been drinking too much.
Yeah.
I had to drink to
glad
get
that you
through this
added that.
review.
Glad that you added that. You were
You're
officially
welcome.
the Jerry O'Connell of our podcast.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. I think that's everything. So
That's it.
just to square off, So our next episode is going to be our Christmas episode. So
Oh,
we're gonna be
spoiler!
focusing on
Hit the
Christmas movies.
fucking buzzer.
Just a spoiler.
God's sakes. No, I'm just kidding.
I've got a beer in my hand. I'm not hitting the spoiler button now.
Christmas episode.
So next episode is gonna be Christmas episode, and then we're gonna take a little break just to forewarn you. Just because we want to spend the holidays with our families and not have to worry about the podcast.
Sorry, Chad.
Apologies.
So sorry, Chad.
Jerry
Apologies to
O'Connell
Chad.
and Chad.
Everyone's
So,
homework is to watch
yeah.
Jerry O'Connell movies.
Brother
Yeah,
Race alums.
and then come back, and we'll come back in swinging.
Yeah,
Unless
new year.
Matt and Brian have anything else to add, I think we're good.
That's it.
I
Check
guess
us out
have
on
anything to
check us out on all the social medias.
Yep.
Twitter at @going_streaming, at going streaming on Facebook, and at we're going streaming on Insta. Did we get all 3 words on that one? Yeah, it's a lot of
Yeah, we were able to get that.
yeah. There's a lot of rights issues out there. If you know anyone who owns some of these, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll fight him. We'll fight him off.
Yeah,
And don't Google going streaming because you might get like a scene from Skins.
yeah. Oh shit. Oh god.
Oh,
Do you think
shit.
do you think there's YouTube clips of it? I'm gonna post those all over our fucking social media.
I mean, you should, but I don't know if they're. Honestly, some of it's just so. Some of it's so R-rated that
Are we
it's
gonna
like,
are we gonna get like banned for like a week?
Oh, but that would be cool. Then we'd be like,
I mean, if we
rebels.
do, that'd be
People
great.
Follow that podcast.
That's true. That's
We're
true.
like the James Dean of podcast.
hell, who knows? Eduardo
Go that far
Casanova might
back
retweet us.
to find a rebel.
Eduardo Casanova might retweet us just because.
Oh god.
Because he's not
I
doing
hope
anything
so.
else.
Yeah. I'll watch the movie
Yeah.
first.
All right, I think that's it.
All right, cool.
All right.
Check us out. Thanks everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.